Metal Show, presenting Polaris with special guests, Bless the Fall, 1,000 Below, and Nerve. It's all going to go down at the House of Blues right around the corner here. Sunday, September the 22nd. Be sitting on these for a couple of months, but you'll have them. LiveNation.com for all the details. Tickets, info, everything. 2 for Polaris and friends. Caller 10, good luck. 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
It's not every day you hear him complain about something. Wait, yes it is.
Alan Cox.
On 100.7 WMMS.
Man, every day I'm getting brand new information on awesome metal shows coming through. So excited. Our metal show is Saturday nights here on The Buzzard. It's called 2 Hours to Midnight. I'm going to have Black Dahlia Murder tickets for you later on. They got a new album dropping this fall, and so they're going to tour in support of that. The show here is just a couple of days after that new album comes out. I like those guys a lot. From Detroit, Michigan. Well, suburban Detroit, Waterford, Michigan. For our bureau chiefs out that way, you know the Black Dahlia Murder. Guardians, boys, a real barn burner last night. Speaking of Detroit, they're playing first of 4 last night. 3 night-timers and then a businessman special on Thursday. 1-0. They're at Comerica Park. And a great day for a baseball game. So they'll try it again tonight. 6:05, we will roll out a little bit early tonight and tomorrow. 6:05 is your pregame. 6:40 first pitch against Le Tigre and your Cleveland Guardians. And use the promo code STAR at CLE Clothing Company. If you want 20% off your order. If you don't, you go, Alan, I'm no freeloader. I'll pay full price. Then don't use the promo code STAR. But if you're somebody who loves a good bargain, and who among us doesn't? Well, Mary doesn't. She's shopping at full-on Nordstrom.
All right.
Not even the Rack.
Grow up. It's the closest store to the station.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I'll fight you, dude. You know me.
I just took a sip. Right. You know, I was down here. I mentioned this yesterday. I was down here on Sunday meeting a friend of mine for a drink before she was in town going to the Justin Timberlake show. And so I was doing a couple of laps down here while she was getting ready. And I walked down East 4th and glanced up at the marquee to see who was there, because there was a pretty sizable line of people waiting to get in. And whoever it was, I wasn't familiar with them. Some guy. But I looked up because I fully expected to see hometown hero Mary Santora returns. And
to where?
Hilarities.
Hey!
And I didn't see, I know it's a ways away, but I thought for sure they would be getting, again, no disrespect to that guy. I don't know who the guy was on Sunday.
Like Fenoya.
I don't know who that is.
Fenoya? How do you say his last name?
Fenoya.
Fenoya.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, so I looked up as I passed by because I was like, oh, I imagine they'd probably have Mary's mug up there. Nope.
They should.
Not
Nope.
6 months in advance.
Well, that's what it's a big
6 months
deal.
in advance.
It's
yes.
a big deal. People here know who she is. They don't know who that guy is.
Right, but they have to get people in that
Whatever.
day, too.
Nothing matters. Listen, what does matter, I will be back at Hilarities Thanksgiving weekend. I'll be there the 29th and 30th. 4 shows. It's a Friday, Saturday. Super excited. This was the one I was teasing like a week or two ago when everyone's like, when are you going to be back in Cleveland? When are you going to be back in Cleveland?
That's your birthday week.
It is my birthday week. My birthday's on the 25th. So I'll be in town the whole week. We'll probably be off most of it. Or maybe we'll be in Monday, Tuesday. I don't know yet. But then Thanksgiving and then Friday, Saturday, the 29th and 30th. Tickets are live right now at hilarities.com. So if you guys want to go grab those, I'm very, very, very excited.
Mm-hmm.
Because I haven't done shows since I've been, like the times I've come home. I haven't done any shows in Cleveland, and I'm not really going to do any before this. So this will be like the one time that you guys are going to get to come see me this year.
Now, your show on the 29th, will you dedicate those to Patrice O'Neill?
Why would I do that?
13th anniversary of his death.
It's 4 days after my birthday, though.
Nevertheless, Mary.
Probably not.
Oh, okay.
This
I
is
see
about
how it is.
me and
I see
Cleveland.
how it is.
Cleveland and not bureau chiefs, our customers and hilarities. This is about us as a community and a homecoming of sorts. I'm not moving back home, but it'll be my first show all year back in Cleveland. My only show all year.
Yep.
So that'll be exciting.
Yep.
Yeah. So, yeah, November 29th and 30th. Hilarities.com. Tickets are already live. They sent out an email blast to their subscribers and tickets are already moving. So I know it is 6 months away, but they're going to sell out.
Well, that was my point. I thought maybe they, would have something on the marquee.
Yeah.
But
Soon.
they didn't.
Maybe they
Soon.
wanted to get through the holiday first, you know?
Mm-hmm. All right.
Celebrate America, then celebrate America.
Yeah, well, that makes sense.
I'm really excited.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun.
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
You know why they call it a homecoming show for her, Bill? Because she'll be home and she'll see Brian.
Hey. There
Oh.
there it is.
Hello.
Ow. Boop, 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 boop.
Hello.
The hell?
I don't know
I don't know.
what
This
is happening.
I can't make sense of Mary.
I don't know.
Because she's like,
What?
you do too many sex jokes, and then she does.
I didn't make the sex joke.
You tagged it.
I didn't make the sex joke.
Stretch
I
me out over
enhanced-
9 more inches.
You
I
tagged it.
enhanced it.
People
So-
came all over me.
Not my fault.
I like cream pies.
All out of context. All out of context.
Out of context, how dare you? How dare you?
Open mouth.
How dare you?
The old sit and spit.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's enough.
Is it?
Is it?
Well, you said, okay.
3-way, 4-way, 5-way. There's a ton of different ways you can get it.
Uh-huh.
Back door, which is the door that everybody uses.
When you do them in succession like this, it doesn't sound great.
Ellen, my birthday is November 13th, and a 4-pack of tickets sure would be nice, Mary. She's running a business.
Yes, she is.
Stop it. You're taking money out of her kids' mouths.
Yes. My pockets.
Yeah,
The
their
kids'
pockets.
mouths.
Mm-hmm.
Out of everything.
Taking food out of their mouths,
You are?
money out of their pockets. I'm sorry. You listen to us on iHeartRadio. You can always leave us messages there.
My God, Alan, you are so right. Anytime I see a show about thermoplastic extrusion and industrial braiding, I just sit there and go, man, they got this wrong, they got that wrong. It's like they've never extruded anything in their life. Later, guys.
Right, he knows, right?
give us an
Anytime
example
you
of
watch
the
a
show.
anytime. Well, there's a billion shows now. They got ice road truckers. They got guys blowing glass. He's out there doing thermoplastic extrusion. I'm sure there's a show on that. And he's, like I said, whatever business you're in, there's going to be a show devoted to it. And you can pick out where they're trying to be all Hollywood. He's sitting there going, it's not a resin hopper. That's not what it looks like. Whatever they do with thermoplastic extrusion.
Excited for Todd Glass's show, though. That sounds not my cup of tea, but
What's Todd Glass's show? What?
go through the things that you said.
I said blowing glass. Oh, God.
You want stage time, don't you?
Yeah, it's, you sure do. Oh, we're going to a talent Saturday. I'm so excited for that.
Oh, yeah.
that'd be
Very
fun.
excited, yes.
I'm
Going
gonna
to
go
the late
Sunday.
show.
Go hang out on Sunday and see a talent because I'm going to be out of town Friday and Saturday.
Does Ian open for him? Who does he bring with him?
Usually it's what's his name, Louis Katz,
Oh, yeah.
He's been mixing it up.
but he mixes it up. Yeah.
In the Midwest, he a couple years ago, actually the first time I headlined Hilarities, the people who came to that, I brought a very large man, large in stature, named Alex Price from Indianapolis. And Alex has since been touring with Attell. I know
That
he's been-
actually is who it is because
yeah, he's been taking him around the Midwest mostly.
yeah, because he is doing the Secret Society show on Saturday. So
He's very funny.
that would make sense. Alex is hilarious.
Yes.
Hmm.
So it's a good show.
We have bureau chiefs in the greater Fort Myers, Florida area who listen on iHeartRadio. We've got Andrew, got a guy named Cone. We've got Tyler out there. And I just want them to be aware of what's happening there in the greater Fort Myers area. A Lee County couple, a guy and his girlfriend, or I'm sorry, wife, a guy and his wife grabbed themselves a whole bunch of felony charges for bestiality. I'll show you their mugshots here. The girl, the guy, that looks exactly like the kind of guy maybe you want to stay away from. But they have a whole bunch of charges against them, accused of bestiality and filming pornographic images of a person and an animal in sexual activity. The two of them were engaging in sexual activity with several of their household pets. You know, we had that story last week of the guy that got pulled over in the bus, and he had all the animals. He had like a refurbished school bus, and I'm using refurbished very lightly, but he had chickens that he was feeding to the animals, and then he'd have sex with the animals and the whole thing.
Oh, my gosh. What is wrong with people?
But also, think of how difficult it would be. Now, I have to imagine that there's probably no small amount of drug use involved in this just to get yourself. You know, they had to give meth to the kamikaze pilots.
I feel like that's one of the things they should be pushing when they're talking about the dangers of meth.
Yeah.
It might make you
Bang an animal.
likely to bang an animal.
You might end up having sex with your family dog.
Yeah.
Right. But imagine how difficult it has to be. What are the two scenarios? You either meet a girl who's also into bestiality, or you've been married for a bit, and you go, well, you know, if it ain't new, it's
Till death
through.
do we part.
Yeah, we got to figure this out, honey.
I imagine what they're doing this is so they can like sell the videos.
Well, the girl
I
has.
don't know why else they would do it.
The girl is getting three counts of obscene material, including child pornography. The guy, that's mixed in there too. There's some bestiality. So the domestic animal services or whoever comes out, they grabbed a whole bunch of dogs from their house, and they were able to determine which ones. Because they would just watch them and see which ones waddled.
Okay.
And so they scooped these two up.
Was it that? Or was it like spreading peanut butter and having them lick it off?
It doesn't get into that kind of detail.
Is there levels or is it all just bestiality?
Well, I imagine it's like anything else where you kind of dip your toe into it, so to speak. I don't know. My only direct connection to anything like this was a kid in junior high that I went to school with. They determined that he had been molesting the family dog. But he was already a kid that clearly had some issues. And you know, what do they always say? Cruelty to animals is one of the earliest signs in children that there's going to be problems down the road. They always attach cruelty to animals to like serial killers and things like that, because it's not that much of a leap to hurt animals and then desensitize yourself to the point where you're hurting people, I guess, is the thought. But these two, now you scoop them up, you know, they were probably like, oh, no, I said kitty porn.
Is that better?
I don't know. What is this poop thing you sent me?
Oh, these are different ways that they describe, you know, like, in America, we say things like, I'm going to go take a dump, or I'm going to go pinch a loaf, or something like that.
I'm taking the Browns to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, this is, I want to say Danish or...
Beautiful Dutch words
okay.
for pooping is what this says.
And it's just a list of different, phrases they have, like, I have to drop the bear off on the train, or they're weird, but they're funny. So you'll have to read them to us.
Yeah. Blowing the back. I don't know.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know what I don't know what a Dutch accent is. So like die rug snitten,
You just read them in your voice.
Oh, okay, in my voice.
Yeah.
Putting a bear on the train. Putting a brown bear on the train.
Oh,
somebody
different.
wanted to tag it. Yeah. Feeding the toilet duck. What the hell do toilets look like?
I don't know.
Oh, wow, the toilet duck. Oh, you know why? Because that if you on the side, that pipe looks like a duck's neck, right?
Oh, maybe.
It kind of curves.
Yeah, I can see that.
Launching a brown fish. I mean, again, one of these we're going to be able to grab and use in our normal everyday conversation.
Launching.
Pushing a splinter out of my back. Oh, God, dark.
Too Too much fiber.
Receiving a fax from Intestinal City. How old is this list?
Oh my God.
I don't know. This is just
Receiving a fax.
It was sent to me. I thought it was funny.
Yeah, okay. Well, there you go.
Pushing a splinter out my back really disturbed me.
It's confusing.
Yeah, I don't care for that one. I
Yeah.
do like launching. What was the other one? Launching a duck?
No,
What it-
feeding the toilet duck was
Feeding
my
the toilet
favorite,
duck, yeah. Brown bear on the train,
Mhm.
feeding the toilet duck. Launching a brown fish.
Yeah. Launching anything's always
Launching.
That's funny.
Yeah, if you're the splinter thing, that's pretty tough, though.
That one sounds painful.
Yeah. I got a letter from, well, I don't know from whom. Alan Baby. I'd like to share a fun little story that clearly demonstrates, see, this is geared toward Mary,
Uh-oh.
a real-life problem that money can't solve.
I don't buy it.
Mary has said that there is no problem that money can't solve. We recently added a puppy to our family, and while he's been a treat, he has a proclivity to eating my wife's underwear. Yesterday, the puppy proceeded to snap off a log that was longer than the Edmund Fitzgerald. Upon closer inspection, I realized that a pair of my wife's underwear was intertwined in the massive turd, adding to its intimidating length and girth. I showed my wife and told her it's probably best she gives them a thorough rinsing before using them again. Wouldn't you just throw them
Just
away?
throw
Yeah,
them
just-
away.
There's no amount of woolite that is going to take care of your unmentionables in that condition. Only a few hours later, as I rested peacefully in an enchanted slumber, I was awoken by the familiar sound of gastric rejection with pending emesis. Emesis?
You're
Our
the word
dog
guy.
quickly and
Emission is probably the word he wants, right?
well, that's probably a medical term that I'm unfamiliar with. The hound quickly and with great convulsion hurled yet another pair of my wife's underwear directly onto my pillow, which was ensconced in a soupy mix of bile and dog food. Please ask Mary how money would solve this problem. He signs it,
Training.
burn in hell,
Yeah.
Jerry is God. I
You
don't
have
know what that
enough
means.
money to buy new panties. You have enough money to train the dog. You have enough money to take the dog to the vet if he gets sick from this. Boom. 3 right there.
Well, there's your answer, sir. I don't know which.
You'll never stump me with one of these.
It doesn't sound like it. Doesn't sound like it. So there's your answer.
Love of your life cheats on you. How's money fix that?
You go find a new boyfriend or
Yeah,
girlfriend.
spend a lot of money. You buy some ass for a while, and then you just.
But that's not money fixing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Well,
if you go
if you
do
go and
your own
buy
thing
one.
and go move somewhere or go on a vacation or go.
But it's love of your life.
It is a love of your life, but a vacation in France will make you feel better.
But will it? What if it?
By the way, it's the-
Therapy.
it's
Pay
the-
for you can pay for therapy to get through it.
It's the love of your life so far. You haven't lived your whole life,
Right.
you know? Most people have had more than one of those. They go, well, that was the love of my life up till now. I'm
Yeah, unlimited therapy money.
more curious which Jerry he's referring to. He signed it,
himself.
Jerry is God.
Is his name not Jerry? I thought he was
There's no
referring
name
to
on
himself.
it. It just says, oh, maybe.
Or Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah, what Jerry?
Jerry the King Lawler.
Right, Jerry the King Lawler. Reed? Springer?
Yeah. A lot of Jerry's
Garcia? Lewis? He probably means Garcia. Stiller?
out there.
Rice? O'Connell?
Okay.
Need I go on?
not
He
Jerry's.
probably means Garcia.
Probably means Ben
Probably a
and.
deadhead. Ben and? Ben and Jerry is God. Well, I'll tell you what, that chunky monkey, which I've never actually had, but I hear people really enjoy it. I'm more of a fish food man myself. But Ben and Jerry, it's not even their company anymore. They sold it, right? Ben and Jerry, they got, I don't know if they're still involved in some way as figureheads, but they sold Ben and Jerry to like Unilever or one of these companies that makes, food and turtle wax. But they are still, whatever money they got out of it, I think that they are still committed to whatever their worldview is. But I think they sold the company a while ago. I remember, yeah, they did. They sold it to Unilever. And I think a lot of people were really upset at the time because you couldn't find a company that is more the antithesis of what Ben & Jerry's stood for than Unilever. And then, like this past spring, Unilever goes, well, we're spinning off all of our ice cream brands. So Ben & Jerry's, I'm sure, had Ben & Jerry, I'm sure they had a huge payout from that. But Unilever ended up spinning off all their ice cream brands and firing like thousands of people. So if Ben and is who he's referring to, I don't know. You know how people complain about when brands have political stances on things, which I largely agree with, like nobody really cares. But if your kind of mission statement from the jump, these are a couple of hippies from Vermont. If your mission statement from the jump is, this is what we stand for. There are some brands where that's kind of baked into the cake, like Patagonia and things like that. They're still companies, but they seem to be genuinely invested in those kinds of things. But I remember there were people who would like not eat Ben & Jerry's ice cream.
What happened over the pandemic? Was it because they were outspoken about the George Floyd thing, or was it a gay thing?
Over the pandemic?
Didn't Ben & Jerry's, like, everybody was like all team Ben & Jerry because I thought they did something like really noble.
Oh, I don't know. I know they stopped doing free cone day during the
that wouldn't have been it.
The pandemic. You don't think that people got all up in arms over that?
I don't think so.
I don't know what they did over the pandemic. They stopped taking my calls, so I don't know. I've got to take a break here. I will have another $1,000 for you coming up at 3:30, about 30 past every hour. You got a shot at $1,000 from the Buzzard bookie. So we'll do that. And if you want to go see Def Leppard, they're coming through with Journey and Cheap Trick. They're going to do Progressive Field, I think just in a few weeks, end of the month. So if you want to go to that show, I'll hook you up coming back.
It's the Alan Cox Show.
Everywhere on our free iHeartRadio app.
Or whatever